Hey everyone, thank you for joining me. So today I have the Samior S001, just a great little budget knife. Now this was sent in by a supporter of the channel. Now really quick, we'll just throw the specs up on screen and we'll get right into it. So we have a drop point style blade made of D2. It's got a nice flat grind and a really long swedge up here on both sides. It's riding on steel bearings. And this knife uses a flipper tab for deployment. It's even got some little jimping here. So it's a nice little feature to get some grip on the tip of your finger to flip it out. This is a liner lock style knife. It's got a non-reversible, non-deep carry pocket clip, but it works just fine. It's got green G10 scales with a marbled carbon fiber inlay. So the action on this knife is actually really smooth. And yeah, it just has a really nice flipping action on it, so flies right out. And then the actual drop shot on this thing is crazy good. I mean, as soon as you push that liner lock, just drop shut and then it closes by itself. Actually, you barely have to wiggle it. So just really good action on this budget knife. And due to the neutral design of the handles, it's actually just really comfortable in hand. And there's really no hot spots. That pocket clip is so low, it just kind of vanishes, so it doesn't really poke you. And yeah, really nice knife. So the changes I'll be doing on this blade are going to be the scales. I'll be doing brass scales with some sort of texturing on it, and then I'll also be removing the logo on the blade. And that's pretty much what I'll be changing on this knife. Alright, so now that we talked a little bit about it, let's take this thing apart and see what we got going on the inside. Alright, so there it is all taken apart, and it's actually got some nice big bearings. So no wonder it's so smooth. But yeah, really simple setup, and yeah, very easy to take apart. So let's get into customizing it. Alright, so here it is all customized. Now I guess we'll start with the scales. Originally I wanted to do just the satin stonewashed finish on the whole scale, like this back section right here, which looks good, but I put it together just to make sure everything worked, and I felt like it was missing something, so I just decided to put a rock pattern texture, kind of like the original scales you guys remember from the beginning of the video. I kind of wanted to copy this same design. I just didn't want to go all the way, so I just decided to go kind of halfway, just to give it some character. And you also get a lot more grip when you're actually holding the knife, both sides. Another reason I did it was, yeah, it was just really smooth, but I think this just gives it some character. Let me know what you guys think down below of the decision I made. And then as you guys can see, I pretty much etched the blade, liners, and pocket clip. I originally was going to do a satin finish on the blade itself, but it just looked a little plain Jane. So luckily the customer was okay with doing the etching, and that's what I did. And I removed the logo. As you guys can remember, there was a logo here, but I gotta say, removing a lasered logo is not fun, especially if you're doing it by hand, since I don't really have a nice belt sander to get rid of it quick. Got that out of the way, and then I etched it and gave it a stonewash, which I think looks really good, especially with the clash of the brass, kind of like I did on the Kaiser sheepdog for the giveaway. I'll leave a link up for that video. You guys can check that out if you guys haven't seen it already. But that's pretty much it. And then I also heat anodized the hardware, so you can see it's a more of a brass bronzy color. Just looks better than just the shiny steel. So that's pretty much all I did. Let's put this thing together and see what it looks like. Alright, so here it is all put together. I put the glove on just so I don't tarnish the brass. It's always tricky to keep it clean. But here it is all complete. And with that pocket clip etched, again, just looks good with the darker accents on the brass. Again, I looked at it with the satin finish on everything. It just looked like it was missing something, and I think these little touches are what make this knife definitely stand out. Again, let me know what you guys think down below. The original backspacer, the liners are nicely etched and stonewashed. It's good contrast, and even the stop pin I heat anodized. So it just all matches and flows. So we'll see if the action works. Flips out just as smooth as before. And then the drop shut is still very smooth. Gave it a nice fresh cutting edge. I guess we can do a quick paper test, or cut test. I hope my sharp, I'm happy with it. So my sharpening skills are getting there. They're still not perfect, but eventually one day I will get it down and maybe get a mirror finish on my cutting edges. But other than that, that is the Samior S001. I'll give you guys another quick look. Does its thing in the light. Other side with the pocket clip. Came out really well. Appreciate you guys watching. The support is awesome from you guys. I'm still finishing up some custom orders, so the giveaway for the QSP knife will be coming up here pretty soon. My apologies for the wait, but there it is. But thank you again, and I will see you guys on the next one.